Hello everybody, welcome to Hezz show. My name is Hezz. So today I'm so privileged to be hosting Dan Rutto, the CEO of D-Square Official Wear, located here in Eldoret. Karibuni sana. So Dan, who is Dan Manzeki?
Dan is a young guy who is so ambitious with what he does, and so far or currently I'm running a clothing company in Eldoret town. This is a small company which is growing. We are working on it to see to it that we grow to where we want the company to be, and that is currently what we are doing. And before we used to sell ready-made suits and what have you, and we used to do only gents. But we thank God for the fact that we've come. Currently, we are making our own stuff. We are making our own suits. We are making our own attire. So it is a company that you need to watch in the near future. It's a company to watch. That's what I can tell you, Hezz.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you.
So what motivated you? What motivated you to this industry of clothwear?
I know it will be a cliche to say that it is majorly about passion, because it's not something that I studied in school. I don't have any certificate with regard to fashion. Basically, I personally studied accounts, and I'm a graduate with banking and finance degree. But I've been having a lot of interests with fashion, with the way somebody looks, and I always believe that the way you look tells a lot. That's why our hashtag is about dress to be addressed. Because the moment I meet you, in the first instance, even before you communicate, even before you talk, I'll listen from the way you look. So impression is key. True. So I chose to invest a lot in dressing. And I didn't know that it is something that I'm going to invest as business. It was about myself looking good every time, ensuring that. But yeah, I wore my first suit in class 2. So you can imagine, it has been a journey. To where I am currently, I can say that it has been a journey to where I'm now feeding my family from this. I live with fashion, I eat fashion, I sleep fashion. Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
I like it. So then you told us that you graduated with accounts, yeah? Mm-hmm. You majored in banking and finance.
Yeah.
So meaning you've worked before, or you just started as a business?
About working in career, basically, we're in 2021. I've done a lot in terms of career. I started as a lecturer back when I was in campus.
Wow.
I used to lecture in town.
Nice.
I used to lecture like four colleges, concurrently, that is. So after lecturing, I worked in town in some hospital. It was St. Luke's. I used to be an accountant there before I chose to willingly resign and ventured into business fully. So about career, I've tried career. I always believe there are 4 quadrants in life. And that's what I have read in one of the books, that we have 4 quadrants in life. There is employment first, there is self-employment, there is business, and there is investment. So I always, since when I started working, I've been trying to shift from one quadrant to another. And currently, I'm more into self-employment, of which I'm not satisfied where I am. I want to move to the next quadrant. I believe it is about time to move to the next quadrant, which is about business. And talk about the first quadrant, which is self-employment and business. That is where you find that you don't even have time for yourself, because in most cases, what I'm thinking is about what I'm doing. And when you get to business, that is when now you can even do something else and your business runs. that is when now your business will be working for you. You've created a system that you don't need to be there for everything to run. And when we're talking about now investment, which is later in life, that is when now money works for you.
True.
And then for you, it will be about now learning how to spend.
Yes.
You've heard about people saying that money is not a problem, but spending is the problem. So that's where we're heading. But so far, we are still on the ladder going up.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
Nice. So you were in employment, and definitely I know you were aspiring to be self-employed at some particular point of time. So does it mean that during that employment you started this as a side hustle, or how did it come to begin?
I remember when I was employed. That is, there is a speaker once came, and that is on finances, and this guy told us that other than being employed, that is waiting for 30 days to receive a salary, and you need to get something. And you ask yourself, like, what happens 6 months? What if today you are sacked? You're working. What happens after 6 months? Will you be the same person? Will you dress the same clothes that you used to dress when you were employed? Will you be eating the same kind of food that you were eating when you were still employed? Will you be living in the same house that you used to live? So that is the question that motivated me in a big time, and he challenged us, and he said that you need to be in a situation whereby even if you are going to be sacked or you are going to be considered redundant, then you can maintain your lifestyle the same way for 6 months without receiving anything. So that begs the question that how are you going to maintain yourself for the 6 months? Number one is true, either you've saved or you've invested in something that you're going to hand back. So that is what motivated me. So I started this company when I was still working, and it was a side hustle, as you've said. We've tried other businesses before, but it failed. This is not my first business that I've started. It failed.
What kind of business did you start first?
It is a funny story, and I can share.
Yeah.
It is back in 20 before even I joined campus, because for me I did diplomas before going for degree. So one time it was about also clothing. So there was this I can call it was a wave that people used to buy. Even currently people buy. There was a wave for these trench coats. I think unajua hizi trench coats zenye watu
2011,
that was around 2012. So I saw that this is something that I can do. I had some small amount of money. And so nikapiga hesabu nikaona what if I start this business ya kuuza trench coats na nini. So I got some amount, nikatafuta nikasema where can I do this business from? So the best place was to target campuses. So I got a shop at a place in Sogomo, that is in University of Eldoret, formerly known as Chekwele University. So nikapata space hapo. Rent was about 7,000. I took the room. I paid the first installment of 7,000. Hakukuwa na deposit. And for me, I think I had close to 20,000. So nikasema the bell kupiga hesabu ikakuja, I was to bring at 11,000. The bell ya trench coats. So nikaleta bell na 11,000, nikalipa 7,000 on the other side. So that is already you've spent 18,000. The stock is here, the shop is here. Hauja furnish in any way. You get the point? Hauja furnish the whole shop. So number one, you remember, you need license.
Correct.
That was another challenge. So county license. So zile bado you're struggling kutafuta do kidogo. The month is going. You're almost close to 20th hapo. So you remember at the end of that month pia na hujafungua biashara bado. You remember, because you cannot start without the license, you cannot start without shelves and what have you. So I struggled, and mwisho wa mwezi ikafika, sasa ikakuwa nataka license, nahitaji rent ya pili. So to kind of long story short, I ended up selling kama hora at least to recover the small amount that ikabidi tumuuza kwa wanafunzi, and that is how the business collapsed, simply because resources were limited. it discouraged me a little, but it made me more wiser that before anybody you sit down and think of a business, you need to come up with a business plan. When you talk about the business plan first, you need to sit down and see what are the projected costs. Because for me, I thought only to begin a business, you need a space and a stock pekeke, and then you have and running. But there are a lot of hidden costs that somebody needs to sit down and craft. Yeah, so that was a challenge.
Oh.
So when I started this one, I sat down, I drafted the whole budget and the plan, where I want the business to be located, what needs to happen, and then what is the niche in the market. So when I was working, I wrote down all of those things before coming to this place and securing the place. I knew that even if I don't sell anything for the next 6 months, I can still manage to pay my rent. I can still manage to keep the business afloat.
Yes.
And that is very important. You need to plan and say that what if nobody buys whatever I'm selling? What if nobody knows that I'm even doing this business? Are you in a position to remain afloat in the next 6 months or even 1 year? So that's very important. And so I started as a side hustle till now it is the main hustle.
Now makes sense.
Yeah.
So Dan, D Square, the name D Square. How did you come up with the name D Square?
The name D Square, it's a lot of friends used to call me my nickname, or you can say my other name was Dan. So because I was into this, I told a friend that I want to register a business. That is the name of a business, and then. So the guy pressurized me, like, we need to do this as soon as possible. So what do you think is the name of the business? I didn't have time to sit down and think of a name. So I said that what if we just use the name Dan Official? Then I saw that it could not go well. What is common, it is the DD. So that is when prompted me to think of D Square, which means Dan.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which year did you roll this? Which year did you now start it officially?
I can say that I opened shop in September 2017 on 22nd. And by the way, is what I'm surprised. On 22nd hiyo tukifungua duka, it was surprising because on that day I went to my workplace knowing that ile tu kufungua duka, at least unaona ile like today I've opened. But surprisingly me, I knew that for that day hata singeuza anything. But surprisingly when I came in the evening, like to check and to see what we can do, surprisingly I sold 2 suits.
Wow.
The first day. So I think that was quite a motivation.
Congratulations.
It was quite a motivation.
Wow. Nice.
And that from the 2 suits to where we are, I think I've never looked back.
Nice.
Yeah.
The journey began.
The journey began in 2017, and this is the 4th year down the line. We thank God.
Actually, guys, we are doing this live here at D Square, KTS building. And remember, we are hosting the one and only Dan Rutto, the CEO of D Square. So let's jump in. You've told me that you opened this in 2017, and you sold. The first sale you made was 2 suits actually, and it was a surprise to you. So does it mean that you were still working when you began this, or you resigned where you were and then you started this?
I think 1 year later, I think that's when I resigned.
Oh, nice.
Because sometimes you don't have to jump or to test the depth of a swimming pool or the river with both your legs.
True.
So I made sure that at least I get some degree of certainty that it's working. That's number 1. Number 2, when I resigned and did this business, it's not that I was 100% sure that it's working, but I chose to do that because the moment you choose, because that was something that I used to love doing, and it was passion driven, and I chose to do this because I knew that the moment I have this as the side hustle, then it will remain to be a side hustle forever. And you can never have what you love doing to be a side hustle, because somebody said that most of us in the current generation, we are living in a way that most of the people do jobs because they want to get money. Most people do these jobs because they want to have money. So you find that somebody is working from Monday to Friday, So you find that he's surviving from Monday to Friday only to live in the weekends. You get that? Because sometimes somebody will just choose to do what he have over the weekends. So you find that you die from Monday to Friday only to live for 2 days, that is on Saturday, Sunday. So for me, I chose to do the reverse, to live for the for the whole week.
That's
and it's not that I didn't love what I was doing. I used to love what I was doing because that's what I studied for. I invested for that, and that is with regard to fees. Yeah.
So how has it been balancing the work life and the business life? How did you manage that for the 1 year that you were still employed?
It's something that I don't regret. Number one, I don't regret resigning because I want to tell you, if I can estimate, if I had chosen to stick to my employment, I think we could not be having this interview. That's number one. We could not be having this square where it is, because you cannot start something and let other people run for you. You need to be there to run it on the daily basis. And then I saw that I could not, because myself, I always believe that I am a performer in one or another. So either I could have been unfair to my employer or unfair to myself, because if I could have been working, then it means that I could still be trying to organize this on the hand. And by doing that, I could not be doing any justice to my employer, because most times I could be there physically, but psychologically and everything, I could be this other side. I think that's what chose me to. Wow. That's what made me to resign.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Dan, what was the challenges during the beginning? I mean, the past 2 years, the first 2 years of the beginning. What was the challenges that you faced?
I think starting a business, especially as a young person, you don't have a lot of resources. There are myriad of challenges. That's what I can say. There are a lot of challenges, and majorly is about resources, which is a major challenge. Because for me, I can tell you that I started with only 30 suits. This place, so tulikuwa tumeweka in a way that even the counter and everything, tulikuwa tumeweka that in every we had 3 rows, tulikuwa tumetengeneza kama hanging line for start, so that for every row I have like 6 suits or 5 suits, so that kwa hizo 5 suits or so you spread, ndio mtu akiingia anafikiria masuti ni nani, but the moment mtu akiingia akisema nipea green, nipea black, it was so challenging because we didn't have variety, and then it was only one type of a suit. So I find that it was a challenge to begin, and then you could not do much about that because you don't have finances, you don't have money. So you use what you have at least to achieve what you don't have and what you want to achieve in life. So number one was resources, and then number two, it was experience, because in everything, learning is a continuous process. You cannot start a business today and then you become perfect in it. So it's how you do it that you keep on learning, and also you learn the market, because in fashion there are a lot of trends that keeps on changing over time. So that experience was what was tricky, but I used to learn a lot. I used to interact a lot with people and listen to people what they wanted as far as fashion is concerned. And now that you're dealing with men, and the niche that I chose to invest a lot in is we didn't have a clothing line that is gents alone. So that's when I chose to invest in. And then another thing that I chose to capitalize on more was the fact that in most shops, you go there, you buy and go. You get it? But for me, I chose to go the consultancy way. That when you come in, I can advise you that, hey, what do you need? You need a navy blue suit. And sometimes you can tell me you need a black suit for what event. You get the question? So when I ask you for what event, I need to, I come in and advise that, hey, you can do this better, you can blend with this color. So that is another niche that I chose to invest, at least to mitigate the challenges that I was going through. And it augured well with the market. That is it.
Amazing. So far so good. How many employees do you have? I mean, you've also impacted the society, right?
In terms of the number, I think I left saying that we started as a small shop, and along the way, last year, that was in 2020, because I had a dream that for how long am I going to continue selling suits that are imported, ready-made suits. So even if you listen to my previous interviews before doing this, I used to say that I'm looking forward to a point where I'll be making my own suits. I'll be making my own clothes. So I think that was a vision that I had. And as we are seated here, I thank God because it's something that I've achieved. We make our own suits. We make them from scratch. So when you come, we sell you a suit branded D-Square, which is quite motivating. And so for that fact, it means that I started with one employee. To date, we are 15.
Wow.
I have 15 employees. Wow. That every month we have to pay them salary.
Amazing. Yeah. I'm so impressed with the fact that you started your own clothing line and D-Square.
Mm-hmm.
So the journey began in 2020 along the way. Then Corona. How did you deal with COVID-19? Was there any some adjustment that you had to do, or how did you do it?
Corona happened. It was unexpected and unprecedented, absolutely, and it's something that it destabilized a lot of. And the good thing first is, when you have a challenge that cuts across the market, the better than a challenge that affects you as an individual. Because when it cuts across the market, then you know that the challenge that you're going through, somebody else is going through. So that is what motivated me, because that's why ukikumbuka hata high school ungerudishiwa exam and then kama in destiny. Mimi nikiangalia mimi nione nimepata 5/40 itani affect sana, but nikipenduka uniambie umepata 6 ama umepata 4, I feel motivated, naona at least kumbe ukipenduka uangalie nyuma ya class hiyo usikie mse mwingine amepata 3, mwingine amepata 7, usikie the best alikuwa na 8, you feel better. True. You get the point. So I think that's what the fact that it affected every industry. It was a relief in one or another, but you cannot ignore the fact that it was a tough thing. So Corona happened last year, and the most affecting thing that affected my business was it was just I launched the tailoring department last year. That was in January. So when I was ready, because I had invested a lot in tailoring, I had invested acquiring another space and other getting the machineries. You can understand how it is capital intensive. So I had invested a lot in that. Then that was in January. We launched that department, and February is when you are preparing. You are still making up the system to make sure that now that it was a new field. And we always have a peak season from April going. So that is when, on the peak season, you always ensure that you stock your shops very well. So I had stocked also the shop very well. Then in March it happened, my friend, and to make it worse is the fact that a lot of functions were put on hold.
Yes.
So. And we closed, by the way, for the whole of April.
Yes,
we closed shop. But that could not stop the fact that life must go on, because we have to live. Either we live with it and we take care and everything. So it has been a journey that we are still even living the same. We are still walking the same journey, and we are looking forward, and we are still optimistic because we cannot give in to Corona. It's here for some time, and it will be a story of the past in the near future. Yeah.
Nice. Maybe as we come to an end of this interview, what are some of your achievements right now? What's there?
Okay. I think achievements. It's achievements. Sometimes I always love to look forward in terms of what I want to achieve, But sometimes, as I count also what I have achieved, I'm very hesitant in terms of counting what I have achieved. But in terms of achievements, number one, as I had mentioned earlier, is having our own attire and also making our own suits, making our own apparel. I think that's the major objective, major achievement. And another thing is that the fact that the family has grown, because it's not. I always try to treat my employees and my staff and my support staff as part of my family, because they are the same people who live my dream. So in everything that I do, I always try to share with them the vision that we have as Disquare, so that it's not about me, it's about them. Because they are the people who support me, they are the people who own the whole dream, so that the moment one person stagnates or one person breaks down the whole thing, then we have a gap. By having a gap, it means that you fail one or another. So I always try to create a family. So the family has grown. That is an achievement, and through that family, I know that in a larger picture, I have families that depend on what we do. We have a society depending on what we do, and through that also we are paying taxes. And through the paying of taxes, we are helping the country,
building the nation.
Absolutely.
In the next 5 years, Dan, how do you see, or what do you aspire in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
The next 5 years, we're looking forward to a lot of things. In the next few years, we're looking forward. In fact, we get to a point whereby we make our own shoes. Again, that we don't have to import them from Italy and whatever. We need to promote our own. And it's very possible, because we don't have a reason to import everything. The posterity and the pride of every nation is when the citizens or the people are making their own things. The people are using what they have to generate what they don't have. So it's something that we are still looking forward to expand the scope of production, and also at least to build our capacity that we can be in a position to supply a good number. Because before, let's say last year, we used to have a capacity of, let's say, like 2 suits a day. That in a week we are doing like an average of 10 suits. But currently we have a capacity of doing 6 suits a day. So on average we are producing like 50 pair of suits in a week. So it's something that we need to build the capacity. We're still looking forward to get to, now I want to multiply to 100 suits a week. So by producing 100 suits a week, that means you're creating more employment.
Nice.
You're investing more, and also you're satisfying the clientele in a larger market. So it's about production, it's about growth, and a lot of things. Yeah, there are a lot to come.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what's maybe a word of advice, or what can you tell someone who is aspiring right now, a youth out there mwenye anataka kuanza biashara, but maybe akona changamoto hapa na pale, but akona ile passion, nataka nianze biashara. As Dan, the CEO of Disquare, unaweza mwambia nini?
As I mentioned, is kuanza biashara si ngumu, kumaintain biashara ndio tricky. So what's very important, and most of us we find that there are some businesses, when somebody has money anaweza nunua biashara, but akiwa na hiyo biashara it can still fail. You get that? So number one, a lot of youths and also a lot of young people are asking wakisema that the challenge is finances. It's never about finances. It's about the will and knowing where you want to go. Because hata saizi, if I call on anybody just to come up and take up Disquare, not everybody can manage to keep it afloat, because it's never about money. It's never about getting that 1 million and starting a business. It's about knowing what you want to start. As I had mentioned, the major challenge was about experience and also resources. Those are two different things. Because when we talk about experience, it's about knowing what you want to do. It's about knowing what you want to go. So it's very important for any person as you are starting a business, knowing what you want to go, what the target market and everything, so that every time as you wake up in the morning, you know what you can be doing in each and every day. So anybody outside there, just think what you want to do and how you're going to do it, and get informed about the market.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dan. As we finish this, Dan, what's your final remarks, and where can we find D Square? How can someone out there come to D Square and do the thing?
I think my final remark will be to the great audience that is watching us, that in whatever you are doing, be determined, go for whatever you believe in. I always believe in living your dream. That is because I always challenge everybody that if you wake up every morning and do something, I believe in one day or one time something will happen. Because I remember a story whereby kulikuwa na wezi walijaribu kurob into a bank in Nairobi. I think you saw that. So jamaa wakaenda wakakomboa nyumba mahali, and then they chose to dig down the ground, that is na watoke kwa bank, and ultimately walitokea kwa bank. So you find that those guys every morning they used to wake up na wakiwa wanafanya nini, wanachimba. So along the way wakiwa wanachimba, their target was to watoke not only kwa bank but also kwa strong room. So you find that they had a target, and again they had the determination to every morning to wakiendelea wakichimba down kwa ground, kwa tunnel, ku create mpaka wakatokea kwa the strong room. So that is it about life. Every morning as you wake up, get determined, keep pushing, go for it, live your dream. Then one day, one time, it will come to pass. Because the problem with that is we, especially the young generation, we need quick money. Like it, unaamka leo, you do one to three business, unataka do immediately. You don't have that patience.
It doesn't come easy.
Yeah, it doesn't come easy. So I challenge everyone outside there, keep on doing what you're doing, and one day, one time, it will happen. And somebody said that it takes one person to change your life. Yeah.
It takes one person to change your life.
Yeah, it takes one person. And even sometimes somebody also says that it takes an SMS or a call to change the whole of your life. So wait for that call, wait for that SMS, keep on doing what you're doing, wait for that person will come through. And sometimes there are people that you don't even expect. Sometimes we think that the closest of our families can help us, but itatokea tu from somebody outside there, and God can use them to change your life.
Nice. Yeah. So where do we find you?
Okay, we are located in Ronald Gala Street in Eldoret. As you walk down from Zion Mall, you'll get KTS building. We are at the 4th floor, and that's where we are. And also our office number is 0724 422 486. Also, you can find us in our social media handles. You can get us on Twitter at @dsquare_officialwear. The same with Instagram. You can get us at d_officialwear. The same with Facebook. You can get us as dsquarewear. Anytime, anyway, we are ready to serve you by the way. And for us, just to as a closing remark, is that we are not selling products. We are selling the feeling. The moment you find the D Square hat, you'll feel differently.
You feel the D squared feeling.
Yeah, that we are selling the feeling. Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, ensure that you experience the feeling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Dan. It has been awesome.
Yeah.
Kwanza tu kabla tujafunga, I normally have a quick fire. Are you ready? Are you ready? Kama ni ngumu tu nasema pass peke yake. Acha tuone Dan ako aje jamani.
Okay.
So let's roll.
But what was the job? I didn't brand. Yeah. That it was on a lighter note.
Nice. Now, you good? We can run?
Yeah, please.
ICT in full.
ICT in full. Information communication technology.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Casual or official?
Official edition.
Amazing. Who's the current president of Tanzania?
It is Suluhu. Suluhu Hassan.
Nice. Hey. Employment or self-employment?
Self-employment all the way.
Nice. And finally, what's the meaning of BBI?
Building Bridges Initiative.
And that's how we're wrapping it up. I've been your host. Call me Hezz, and watch like, subscribe and share to your friends. Let's create this content manze. I'll see you. Thank you so much kwa watu wangu muli watch the first video. Thank you for your corrections here and there, and thank you so much for your motivation, and let's do this next time. I'm your host Hezz.
Hey guys, my name is King Kaka, and every time I'm in Eldoret, the only place to get elegance is at D Square. They have the perfect suit, the perfect fit, the bespoke, the accessories. And when I say trust me, you have to trust me. You know what they say, you cannot judge a man by how he looks. But trust me, they will judge you by how you look. So make the right decision and head over to D Square and get your perfect fit. Trust me.